Thank you for joining us. It's still Daybreak Extra on Trust Television. And today is a very beautiful day. As you can see, we're dressed colorfully. It's the International Women's Day, celebrated every March 8th. And this year's theme is accelerating action. So let me just get you into the conversation that we have today. March 8, 2025 marks another significant celebration of International Women's Day, IWD for short, focusing on the urgent need to advance women's rights and empowerment. This year's themes: accelerate action and for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment, highlights the global efforts needed to bridge gender gaps and create a more inclusive world. As we celebrate the achievements of women worldwide, it is also a call to action to break barriers, challenge inequalities, and ensure a future where every woman and girl can thrive. Now joining us live via Zoom from Borno is Yadomah Bukur-Mandara, a public servant and humanitarian aid worker, to throw more light on the conversation. Good morning, Yadomah. Thank you for joining us on Daybreak Extra this morning.
Good morning.
Well, thank you so much, Yadomah, for joining us. Please take us through the significance of this International Women's Day today. The theme says accelerating actions. Are we really accelerating actions at this point?
All right, thank you so much. It's very good to be with you this morning. Today is International Women's Day, and it's a day for women. And for me, I believe that every day is a day for women. It's not just today or one day, because women have been playing quite significant roles in our lives, and every day is our day. Today signifies a day that we should recognize this significant impact women are making, their resilience, their efforts, their strides in the society. Are we accelerating action? I would say we are trying, but we can do more. There are a lot of gaps that has been left in the issue of gender, and there are a lot of gaps that needs to be filled up. So I think there is need for more action to be taken on the issue of women. You would agree with me that there are a lot of challenges faced by women around the world. For example, in Nigeria, we are facing a lot of issues around education and acceptance in political positions and all that. So looking at one research by the gender gap of women and men, it will take about 131 days, according to the World Economic Forum, to close this gap between men and women. So, looking at this, it's a very, very long time. And, there are challenges and there are gaps. So this is my take for now. Thank you.
All right. So the other theme for this year is equally for all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment. Now, do you think, let's come back, let's hone it down to Nigeria. Do you think that in Nigeria we're seeing any change? I know we have the 35% opportunities for actually in inclusivity, especially in politics, where we're supposed to somehow create 35% opportunities or positions for women. Now, how well do you think we're doing? That's one. Two, when we take it down to politics, we say that even when it comes to that, I don't think women go out supporting women fully in politics. How well can we do, and how much can we do better?
Okay, yeah, I think there's a lot to be done, actually. There is a lot to be done, because if you look at our society, the acceptance of women, especially in politics, is actually poor. There's this, would I say, looking down upon when it's a woman doing something. They'll say, no, this is just a woman. That's my major challenge with the issue of equality and gender equity. Women are not seen as people that can play in the field of politics or other, other leadership roles. We are seen as the lesser gender, which is a serious challenge. So I believe there is more that needs to be done, because even this is a 25% affirmative action is not really being implemented, because if you look at the Senate or the House of Representatives, how many women are there representing the female gender, or representing the women in general? There are a few women in that role. So I think there's still more to be done. There's still need for inclusiveness of women in leadership position. We need to have this conversation where women should, I believe women cannot just be given. We have to take it. We have to snatch the plate off. Because I always say that we can't just be given this leadership position. We have to take it, because I don't think the other gender are willing to, yield this position to us. We have to, try to fight and get ourselves into the, positions we want to see ourselves. And we are trying our best, unlike before, where women's acceptance is very minimal. Women are not seen as, leaders or can do it. Now things are changing, but I think there's need for more to be done. And I think, there's more can be done. That's my,
Okay, so we keep talking about
perception of
empowering women every time, and we keep seeing a lot of young girls out of school. And earlier we were talking about that with Chiamaka. Would you say since the declaration of the World Women's Day 1995, there's a progress that has been made with regards to looking into empowering women, girls, both girls and women so far?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
I said we keep talking about empowering women every time, and we keep seeing the number of young girls out of school is increasing by day. Do you think since the declaration of the World Women's Day, there's a progress so far in that line?
Well, I must say there's a progress. Progress has been made. Progress is being made, but there's need for more progress. That's what I think. Looking back, women have been marginalized great deal in going to school. Going to school has been something that it's known for men only, but now women are being recognized. Okay, going to school is something women do, and it has been accepted. Before, it's not even accepted. So there's a progress has been made, but I think there's more progress. More progress can be made. There are a lot of women, girls out of school, some being married off early and all that. I think that can be addressed or can be looked into. I don't think marriage can stop education. Education is an ongoing process. Even our religions have accepted that fact that women are accepted to go as far as wherever to seek knowledge. So knowledge is something that is being granted to us. So I don't believe that marriage can stop education. So that's one of the major challenges people face, that okay, if she gets married, she can't go further with her education or something like that. I think the girl child can also go as far as possible in her education journey, and progress has been made, and I think more progress can be made. That's my observation on that.
Yes, you're very right. We see a couple of women who have done it. Their mothers while going to school. We see people get married and then they go to school. I know one for personally. She got married
And in the marriage, she went to read pharmacy. She's not done her master's. She's not had a doctorate. So marriage in itself can actually even aid in fulfilling those dreams and empowering the girl child and women. But let's come back. You mentioned a few things earlier and know about the House of Reps and the Senate. And in some of the things that we've done, we saw that about 9 women or so are in the Senate out of close to 100 and something, and about 27 women out of 300 and something are in the House of Reps. That is just about 33 actually out of 400 and something people together. That's not even up to 10%, if we're going to be honest, of that. Now, how do we women, because away from the government and countries opening positions up, we women ourselves, how do we support ourselves? We keep hearing women supporting women. Is this actually a reality? And how can we actually make it a reality?
Okay, yeah. Women supporting women, actually, I actually believe women support women, but, there's a lot of issues sometimes with women. Personally, we are all women, so we have to tell ourselves the truth. Sometimes we like to see ourselves up there without, taking the other person up there. So we believe if we go up the ladder, we don't want any other person to come up with us. So that's issue women first, in the society. You just believe in yourself alone. You don't want the other person to come up with you. But I think the issue of women supporting women, we can do a lot more. We have to sit down as women and tell ourselves the truth. We cannot go far alone without bringing other people along with us. There are a lot of, women campaigns, women pressure groups, women this, women that. But I don't think we have made a lot of impact as we should in the society as we should have over the years, because there are a lot of groups around women issues, women inclusivity, women empowerment, women trying to empower women, but there's still more that needs to be done. There are a lot of women that have been fighting for the rights of women for a very long time, and I have to acknowledge the work they have been doing. But there's more to be done, and it can't be left alone for just few women to do it. We have to rally around as women in all facets of the society to come around to fight for our rights. We can't, as I said earlier, we can't be given in a platter. We can't just be given these rights as we say. We are not a society devoid of rights. We are a society devoid of the people that will implement these rights. So I believe if we come together as women to fight for what is rightfully ours, we will go a long way in making an impact.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If we come together and fight, we'll definitely achieve what we are set to achieve. But how can we ensure that all girls and women, regardless of their background, have equal access to opportunities and rights at this point?
Okay, I think to have equal opportunity for women, we have to have a level playing ground for everybody in the society. There is need for accepting that every child is the same, no class, no segregation, no this is better than that. How we can achieve that is by trying as much as possible to see that the girl child is given her rights from an early age. She's been seen as someone who is is accepted in the society. There's a lot of gap, as you said. where women are seen, some girls are more, advantaged than others. So to bridge this gap, I think, we have to accept that we are all equals. We are all the same. We are not, there's nobody that is more equal than the other. So trying to see that all girls are being seen as, women that can reach to a certain level without being looked down upon is one great key, action that we have to take. It's a mindset issue. It's not just a role issue. It's a mindset issue. We have to change our mindset as human beings. We have to change our mindset as a people. We have to change our mindset as people that are accepting the fact that all humans are equal, and we have to, try as much as possible to take everybody along. So I think if we do that, we will try as much as possible to have an equal society, an equal, world, and an equal Nigeria as a whole.
So, but how can tradition and cultural beliefs be respected, well, while still promoting gender equality? I mean, something that we know. If we're looking at the religion aspect of it, a lot of Islamic side of it, equality is one thing that we people don't actually fight for. How can that be promoted?
Okay, like you said, Islam does not encourage equality, but Islam encourages equity. We have to know that we are not equal, but we are almost the same. A man cannot go alone. He has to have a pair to go with him. It says that, we created you and we created women from you. So, we are part of and parcel of the men. So we have to be carried along by the men. Even Islam accepts that. It has given women rights. It has given women rights to education, rights to inheritance, rights to a lot of other things that are fundamental to their livelihood. So we might not have equity in Islam, but we might not have equality in Islam, but we have equity in Islam. So we have to accept the fact that we might not have it equally, but we have to have it almost the same. That's what it's been accepted in Islam. You can climb up the ladder, but you should climb. You should bring the other person close to where you are. So that's my take on that perception.
Okay, so but let me ask this personal question, because when we are having the conversation, I remember asking you certain questions, and you told me about a conference that you attended way back in 2014. And what was the conference all about? Take us through that. And I found
okay,
the conference. You were the youngest person that was in that conference.
Sorry, I didn't get the last point.
You were the youngest person at the conference, right?
The person?
The youngest.
Okay, yeah, I'm the youngest person.
At that time, yeah.
Okay, the national conference was convened in 2014 by the then President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and it was about discussing the issues that affect us as a nation. We had a lot of delegates around the country, about 492 or 93 around the country. It was constituted of a lot of technocrats, former politicians, and a lot of people in high places. We discussed a lot of issues around what is bothering Nigeria, and we came up with about 900 and over 900 recommendations as to how Nigeria can be a better place. and I was opportuned to be the youngest delegate at the conference, and I was also the deputy chairperson committee on environment. I was able to, contribute to about 15 out of the 20 committee reports that was presented to plenary. So I played a key role in that conference, and I was accepted also, of course, by the elderly people at the conference. So that's what the conference is all about.
Well, that was beautiful. I mean, to see that out of 400 and something people, you happen to be the youngest delegate in that conference. Chiamaka, what do you have to say?
Okay, I just have this question for you. I said that you're a humanitarian aid worker, and I will have to ask you, in your journey in this profession, how has it, the gender thing, how has it come to play, really?
There are a lot of gender issues, when it comes to the humanitarian field, because there are a lot of change in gender roles, especially in our community in Borno State due to the Boko Haram insurgency. A lot of women have been taking up roles that are meant for men because, they have lost their breadwinner, the person that is leading the family is dead. So, and you see a lot of young girls, trying to fend for their younger ones. So it's like women taking up the role of men. So there are a lot of gender issues, change in gender role. Some GBV, gender-based violence reports around, cases of gender-based violence, but there are a lot of also humanitarian organizations that have been working hard in trying to see that these, issues have been mitigated to the barest minimum. We have, as part of my foundation, we have tried to, assist women and girls, trying to giving them a sense of belonging, trying to see how we can empower women. One of the areas we did was empowering women that we took their children to school, girl child and male child to school, and then we did a need assessment and found out that some of these women can actually have some skills that they are very good at, so we try to empower them. So, there are a lot of other organizations like that, okay, that are doing so many things in Borno State. There are a lot of, humanitarian organizations that have played a key role in changing the lives of these women. We can't, do a lot or everything, but we have done, or rather, the best some organizations have been doing their best, in trying to see that we are reducing, people's plight, women's plight, and the girl child's plight to the barest minimum.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yadomah Bukur, for taking out time to join us on this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be part.
It's beautiful to see a young person being a humanitarian and also, giving back to the society in their own possible way that they could.
It's actually very good to see, and I think in our own way we should in every way find ways to give back. It doesn't have to be some grandeur thing or like opening an organization. If you can afford to help someone have a proper meal today, or even for the next week, or even during this Ramadan, please find your way to help someone feel better, do better. It's what is expected of us, really, at the end of the day.
Yes, certainly. Well, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll just double into entertainment stories and let's see what is trending on social media after this break.